Hey there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here, and today we'll be going over Deadly Class, Reagan Youth 1987 by Rick Remender. And this book it goes over the first 6 issues of the comic series. There's several volumes of it. So should you read this? Let's get into it. So the overarching plot is that there's a school for teen assassins to become assassins, like a high school prep school to become an assassin, and our main character, it's kind of a fish out of water story. He gets recruited into it, and his big goal is to assassinate Reagan. He's gonna kill the president because he's from South America, and the whole Contras thing, and like it's a whole thing. But I feel like this series, I didn't finish it. That's the sad thing. I got about halfway through, and it's not very thick, as you can see. I got about halfway through, and I just didn't care. Like, it's a lot of characters. It's a very large cast of characters. And it does a lot of telling me about them, but not showing me what they're like. Like, it has that scene in Mean Girls where they drop the school and they're showing the different cliques, and you kind of get to see how they interact there. This book does that, but it doesn't do it well. Like, instead of having like a couple panels to each clique and showing them like how they interact with each other, it's just a static picture. And I know this isn't Harry Potter, so the pictures don't move, but it's just a picture of the 3 of them or the 4 of them or however many are in the clique just standing there while someone tells you about them. And it's like, this is a visual media. This is the perfect opportunity to show, not tell. And it does that, and it does it again and again and again and again. Like, it tells me in text about character motivations that weren't clear in the moment. Like, it goes back and it's like, why did you do this? Well, I did it because of blah, 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 blah. Instead of having, a flashback scene where he's narrating and then we can see his motivation. And the phrase that came to mind while I was reading this over and over again, it was trying too hard. Like, I like comic books. I like the youth assassin trope. I should have enjoyed this. I really should have, and I just could not get into it. Part of it is that I'm going to be 34 in a couple weeks, so maybe I'm just too old for the whole disenfranchised youth of the nation bit, and maybe I'm just too old. Maybe that's finally caught up to me and I'm just too old. But I still read young adult fiction and I still enjoy it, and I feel like this was just poorly written and poorly executed. Like, it feels like I'm reading a storyboard for what should become a show. And if you look at the front cover, it says now a sci-fi original series right here, which I don't get sci-fi, so I looked it up. It lasted 1 season because of poor audience retention and high budget costs. And I'm like, yeah, that kind of sums up the comic book too. It just feels like it's too much ambition with too little execution. Like, they're like, we're gonna do this and this and this other thing, and they didn't know how to get it to come across properly, and it just feels poorly done. I don't usually bother to review books that I didn't finish, but this one upset me, and not because of the random casual violence and not because of the language or anything. It was just, it upset me because I had such high hopes for it. Like, I was legitimately interested in reading this one. I really wanted to read it. I really wanted to enjoy it. I was excited to tell y'all about it, and it just let me down on every possible front. And yeah, did you read Deadly Class? Did you watch the show? Were you one of the few people who actually watched the show? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.